Hi. So I essentially want to make this video talk about why war is dehumanizing. Um, it should be obvious that um, you know I personally believe that that human beings are made in the image of God. Um, I was born in 1973, so I would say for the last quarter of the 20th century there was relative peace in the world. I didn't live throughout the Vietnam War or World War II. Some, like my grandfather or people my parents' age lived through the Vietnam War. Um, Really, I grew up in a in a world that was peaceful. Um, I think very briefly as a young adult, I experienced not personally, but was alive when the Gulf War was going on, and that didn't last very long. And peace was relatively restored back to this earth. Um, I personally believe what the Bible teaches, that we are all made in the image of God. And what I think, when you think of modern history, how devastating war has been. Basically, war brings destruction, um, destruction of people's lives, destruction of people's souls. Um, Growing up Catholic, you know, uh, basically learning about what the Bible says about peace. I was alive when Saint Pope John Paul was the Pope. Also, when Mother Teresa uh, was practicing her faith in the Catholic Church, who's now a saint too. Um, yeah, I think we're living in a time right now where it's just de you know uh, I think it's immoral. I think war is basically immoral. Um, you know, we're created in the image of God, and we're called to reflect the glory of God in our lives. I know that the Bible predicts in the Gospel of Matthew chapter 24, that soon before the second coming of Jesus mentioned that there will be wars and rumors of wars. He said, "Don't let your hearts be troubled about these things." So, but and I know there's been wars in the name of religion, that have happened in the past and that are happening now. I personally believe that when Jesus Christ comes again, he will bring peace to this earth. I believe that those who the Bible talks about at that time, the angels will gather those who are not an offense to the gospel. So people, in other words, people who are demonstrating the love of God in their lives, and people who have lived um, with with the truth of the gospel and with peace in their hearts. The Bible also says in the Gospels that blessed are the peacemakers. So, if anything we can do in the 21st century and in these post modern times is to pray for peace. Pray that peace would come back to planet Earth. I know in the Bible also predicts that during the end times there will be an antichrist who appears on planet Earth. Not all of Christianity is agreed on that doctrine. Some people believe that the doctrine that I'm referring to happened in the past, while some are still waiting for an antichrist to appear before the second coming of Christ. But regardless, Jesus does call us to peace, and there's no way of achieving true lasting peace through violence or through war. So my prayer for the people throughout the world, people who are suffering, people in the Ukraine, people in other countries who are experiencing political conflict and division and starvation and war and hunger, my prayer for those people is that Christ would live in their hearts, and that he would eventually reign as king over their land and over their country. Um, I pray for those who are fleeing as refugees from countries who are in a state of war. Just that um, that we would have peace here on planet Earth, even, you know, before Christ comes back again, that peace would be restored. Nobody likes to live in fear, so my prayer is that for the human race and all who reflect the image of God, because we're all made in the image of God, that there would be peace. Anyways, God bless you guys. Bye. And just remember that war is dehumanizing, for sure. Thanks.